Potential bad news for another big fixture in Scottish football as Hibernian announced that they may reduce ticket allocation for Old Firm teams at Easter Road. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football and some bad news regarding two of the bigger fixtures in Scottish football when we see Celtic and Rangers coming to the capital to take on Hibernian at Easter Road, because Hibs shareholders have raised the issue of potentially slashing tickets at the club's latest AGM. Hibernian CEO Ben Kenel says that the figure could be slashed following recent fan behaviour, including pyrotechnic displays. Now, at the moment, the Old Firm received 3,500 tickets for a game at Easter Road, and Hibs are considering slashing that potentially down to half, which I think would be a big blow for Scottish football. It's a big talking point at the moment, especially the Old Firm games with the lack of away fans. We've seen a number as low as 700 in recent years. We've seen no fans in recent years as well, something that I think is taken away from the biggest game that Scotland has to offer. And I think the last thing that we want is the other big games that Scotland have to offer going down a similar route, where we start with the fan allocation being lowered and then potentially one day maybe being stopped. But like I said, Hibernian are considering cutting ticket allocation for Celtic and Rangers games due to away fan behaviour at Easter Road. And it's kind of ironic that this comes 24 hours just before Lawrence Shankland had to dodge dangerous items thrown at Tynecastle by the away fans, which of course was Hibernian fans. But anyway, enough about that. Let's see what Ben Kenel had to say regarding cutting down the ticket allocation for Celtic and Rangers fans at Easter Road. He says, quote, "As Hearts have, as other clubs have, it's our prerogative in the SPFL to reduce allocations if we wish. Up to this point, we haven't. It's our prerogative to do that if we want to." It was a question from the floor. I think what we'll do is we'll take back some of the suggestions from the fan base that came from the floor, and we'll address that privately as a board. End of quote. Now, pyrotechnics wasn't the only issue Hibernian raised at this AGM, with Kenel also revealing that he would back a move to shut out Old Firm fans over any breaches of sectarian singing if Hibs fans called for that action. During the Q&A with shareholders, Kenel says, quote, "I think clubs should get together. I think we as clubs should discuss it before taking it to league level. I think it's something that we as a collective group need to understand. How do we eradicate this from our game? Because it should be about what happens on the pitch." End of quote. So there you go. He's talking about the issues with pyrotechnics and the dangers that they cause, and then following it up with taking action to possibly completely ban all fans that are caught singing sectarian songs at the games at Easter Road. I can definitely agree with the sectarian songs. There's no reason for it. There's no need for it in Scottish football. Scottish football would be a better thing without it. Leave that in the past, 100%. As for the pyrotechnics, I mean, they look cool. There's no denying that, especially night games. It does look good from a visual effect, and I do believe it adds to the pre-match game and the atmosphere. However, it also brings an element of danger. And is it really worth it if that's the case? We've also seen games being postponed due to the pyrotechnics and the fact that they haven't been able to see clearly. And we don't want that. We don't want games where you're seeing something maybe being postponed for half an hour. I think it happened last time when Rangers took on Dundee, and then there was issues with people travelling home because you have to get from Dundee back to Glasgow, and then you're missing the last train and all that stuff, and it's just causing problems that we don't really need. So even though I do think the pyrotechnics look good, I mean, do we really need them? Are they necessary? I know they're a big thing in European football, especially in countries like Turkey and stuff like that. You know, they've got the pyrotechnics and they seem to be allowed. It seems definitely more of an ultra thing. I mean, if you're family, if you're taking your kids to the game, you probably don't want them to be close to this stuff, because like I said, it is dangerous. You can get burnt or catch on fire, or it definitely can cause injuries. So I mean, yeah, they're not the safest thing in the world, but I mean, they do, from a visual standpoint, add something to the game, but I don't think they're necessary. I mean, I wouldn't want to see fans get banned. I'd rather see pyrotechnics just disappear rather than see away ticket allocation get cut. So yeah, I don't want to see away ticket allocation. I don't want to see the away fans being reduced. I'd rather just see them get rid of the pyrotechnics. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Now, will Hibernian follow up on this? We'll have to wait and see, but for me, the away ticket allocation in Scotland in some grounds, the way it's been completely cut, it's not good. I think it's taken away from the game, and the last thing we need is another big club in this country reducing the ticket allocation for some big games, and I don't want to see that. So hopefully we can get this resolved, and if it means banning pyrotechnics, then just do it. I've no issue with that. I mean, yeah, it looks good, but can definitely do without it. Who cares about some pyrotechnics 5 minutes before a game? You know, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. We don't need it. And that's my opinion. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. I'll catch you in the next one. And until then, been Fog Football. Thanks for watching. Peace.